Hello everyone. In today's video I'll be going over what features I want to see in Frostpunk 2. I loved the first game and everything they did with blending the city building mechanics and the survival was simply amazing. So I'm eagerly anticipating the sequel. So beyond the expected upgrades of deeper mechanics, a longer scenario campaign, exploration of new areas and so on, what are some core features that I want to see in the new game? Well, for starters, expanding on the city building would be nice. We could have, for example, more customization options for buildings with different kinds of textures and stuff like that. This can be made so the player can choose a different layout, for example, for houses before they begin the campaign, or maybe while they're researching, a menu pops up with pre-built layouts for buildings, so the player can choose before researching. From a functional standpoint, I would like to see more varied abilities for buildings that would improve efficiency, grant research bonus speed, or be able to unlock laws faster, and things of the like. You know, the stuff that would be unique compared to the previous games. This would make gameplay more varied and interesting in my opinion. Improving the narrative is a necessity. While the original did have a story, it lacked in terms of cutscenes and voice acting. So in this game I'm expecting an improvement in that department, mainly having actual voice acting during gameplay and cutscenes, not just in the intro segment like in the first game. And of course also having characters with their own personality, motives and goals. Even having the main character with their own personality and voice would be nice. Also having branching paths, where your decisions would affect the story and the characters in the game. This would make the narrative more engaging and interesting. In the original game, the Book of Laws basically had two branching pathways. The adaptation tree, where you'd have basic laws that gave you the ability to unlock new abilities and buildings, and the purpose tree, where you would choose between two paths, order or faith, and depending on which one you chose, you would get an additional tree with its own laws that offer unique abilities and buildings. Now, on one hand, I would like to see more options for the adaptation tree. Naturally, if this game is longer, there's going to be a need for a large amount of variety and options for a longer campaign. On the other hand, when it comes to the purpose tree, I hope we see more paths. In the DLC campaign, the last autumn, we were introduced to two new different paths for the purpose tree, those being the labor paths for workers and engineers. Now what I'm getting at here is that they should incorporate all of these paths from the previous games into one campaign, and have them all focus on different aspects with different bonuses and drawbacks. This way it would add a whole lot of replayability to the game, as you would have multiple playstyles to choose from. Moving on, we have an expanded tech tree, as simple as it sounds. Add more variety and options to the tech tree of the game. But I also hope they add additional tech that allows for different ways to develop your economy. Like for example, you have oil this time around, so maybe you can choose to upgrade to an oil-based economy, or still keep your city dependent on coal. Safe to say there will be a lot of options here. So self-explanatory, I want factions in this game, and them having a huge impact on the campaign. Now I don't think this game should develop some sort of strategy-based combat system, but there should be at least some way to engage in conflict with other factions. You can even have players play in some sort of cooperative mode this way, or have multiplayer mode even. Of course, this will honestly be far-fetched and hard to implement, but wishful thinking is wishful. So that's that, those are the 5 things I want in Frostpunk 2. Well, hope you enjoyed the video, and well, you know, sub, like, share and do all that stuff if you enjoyed it. And I'll be back with more content like this next time. So yeah, see ya, and thank you for watching.